Morning, Steve Freed in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, we had a meltdown yesterday, especially in the beans. There was one group that came out with estimates of the Minnesota corn and soybean yields much higher than the USDA's estimate. That was enough to trigger selling through some important support levels, and we were down pretty hard. Overnight, prices are trying to bounce a little bit higher, led by wheat. Wheat's up about 11 cents. Corn and beans are up about 3 cents. In the wheat market, the Russian ag minister came out and said that they'll be watching pretty closely domestic prices and domestic supply of wheat, and we'll discuss in the fall whether or not to limit wheat exports. And I think that's something that's kind of hanging over the wheat market as a possible supportive feature if they do not export wheat. We still have some bad technical pictures in corn and beans. We're in the middle of harvest, and I think the market is a little bit concerned about the technical action and further long liquidation as we move into harvest. So prices may be struggling here to move on the upside. Today we're going to get a private estimate not only of 2013 U.S. planted acres by crop and a production estimate, but also some revision of 2012. Some of the market feels that 2012 corn and bean acres will be higher due to some FSA USDA agency numbers that came out recently. We also will be looking at September 28th, September 1 stocks numbers. It'll be key for corn. On one side, in order to get a number close to the USDA's carryout estimate, you have to bring down the feed and residual quarterly use dramatically. On the other side, we had a record amount of corn this year harvested before September 1. The bean carryout also might be a little bit higher because the basis broke pretty hard on that September 1st time frame. And in the wheat, USDA usually finds a little bit lower wheat number than the average trade guess due to a higher than expected feed usage number. Outside markets are somewhat mixed. We got the dollar lower and most commodities higher, and that's still a big question in the grains as to what the economy is going to do, not only here in the United States, but China and Europe. And overall, recently, it's offered a negative bias to commodity prices. Hope everybody has a good weekend. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM Investor Services or ADM. And have a safe and profitable trading day.
The Fed really wants to be perceived as independent and doing the right thing each month.